2020. What a year. It all began
when after 12 years of pastoring in Northern Virginia, God called Stacy and me back to Florida, and he asked us to plant Authentic Church. So we said yes.
How? When? Where do you even start?
Well, somewhere near Orlando, somewhere near East Orlando, the Spirit was leading and guiding. Then the news reports became louder.
We do move on now to the staggering new numbers in the coronavirus pandemic. More than 14 million cases worldwide, a 40% increase in less than 3 weeks. Hard hit Florida with more than 10,000 new cases.
We already said yes, and we knew nothing could stop the call of God. But how do you start a church in the middle of a pandemic? How do you meet people if everyone is in their house?
How do you fundraise if people are losing their jobs and their businesses? We had sold our house and packed our things. COVID or no COVID, we were all in.
By this time, a small and growing group of people were also feeling called to the Orlando area and Authentic Church. I remember meetings with just a handful of people in a house in Manassas, Virginia. We ate together, prayed together, cast a vision for Authentic Church, and dreamed about living among the people that God called us to in Florida.
Then, with no one on I-95 but us, we packed our family in 2 cars and moved to Florida. We were stocked with masks and gloves and hand sanitizer, plastic shopping bags that we tied around our kids' feet when we made restroom stops. Crossing the state line into Florida was so surreal. There was so much law enforcement everywhere.
Finally, we made it. Within a couple of months, we bought a home in Winter Springs, and the rest of the team was also moving down. They had sold their houses and said goodbye to their families and friends as they began a new life on mission. We started meeting amazing people right away, but they were also hurting. They'd been sick or lost loved ones. They'd been isolated and lonely. Months of civil unrest and political tension left people hurting, angry, and depressed.
We did the only thing we could think of. We went where Jesus would go, among the people. May, June, July, August. What's next? We did 2 things.
We knew COVID forced a lot of people into homeschooling for the first time because of COVID. So in September, we launched an online service. And in October, we started a free community event on Thursdays called Recess, my favorite. We wanted this to be the best hour of the week for children and parents. And as we say at Recess, get yourself a cup of coffee and we'll do the heavy lifting.
Things were beginning to pick up. We began building relationships at Recess, and people were letting us know they were enjoying our online messages. It was happening, and it was time for the next step. We were ready for an in-person church service, but we still didn't have a building. So we did our first pop-up church.
Church in the park with full-on kids ministry. We held these services once a month, and Floridians started joining Authentic Church. As great as pop-up church is, we needed a permanent home, preferably before summer. We looked at so many places, and quite a few felt very promising.
November, December, January, February, doors kept closing. But finally, the door God had been holding for us swung wide open. Winter Springs High School.
It had been hidden in plain sight for almost a year. The absolute perfect location for Authentic Church. And guess what? God has given us these seats to fill.
Well, not all of them, but 30% of them, so we can maintain a safe distance. But that's not all. We are also on the hunt for some office community space. We want to be able to offer ministry throughout the week, counseling and mentoring, worship team practices, and help for people with addictions.
And here's where you come in. We cannot do this without you. To purchase all the equipment needed to do church, to do the office build out, to make some much needed hires comes at quite an expense.
So we need an influx of funding to help pull this off. We can fit about 250 people in this room per service. Each one of these seats represents a story, a person in our community. Would you help write part of someone's story? Would you please consider supporting Authentic Church by sponsoring a seat for a single mom or 2 seats for the couple whose marriage is struggling?
Yeah.
Could you support 4 seats for the family who just moved from out of town and is searching for Jesus?
We need $25 per seat per month in order for us to accomplish this. We want to see all 250 seats covered financially. Also, it's going to cost close to $200,000 to purchase all the gear that we need and to build out our office and community hub. Starting Easter Sunday through May 23rd,
Of Pentecost Sunday,
we are hoping to raise $50,000 in 50 days. You can partner with us in 2 ways. Monthly support in increments of $25 or financial gifts to help us raise $50,000. Giving is really easy. You can go to our website, myauthenticchurch.com, and click Give Here, or just click the QR code on the screen.
God has called us here, and where God calls, He provides.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to be a vessel of that provision? Would you also join us in prayer? See, beginning June 13th, we will be doing preview services live here at Winter Springs High School, and our grand opening is coming on July 11th.
Pray that marriages would be healed, addictions would be broken, people we meet would come to know Jesus in a new and authentic way. We will see you soon. And in the meantime, reach out and say hello.
Yeah, hit us up on Instagram or Facebook if you want to know more about Authentic Church. Now, go live an authentic life.
And love like Jesus.